It was said that the forest of Aokigahara, located at the northwest base of Mount Fuji in Japan, was a place of beauty and tranquility, with its lush greenery and the sounds of birds chirping in the air. However, it was also known as the Sea of Trees, and its dense foliage and twisted tree roots made it easy to get lost. Despite its natural beauty, Aokigahara had a dark reputation. It was known as the Suicide Forest, a place where many people had gone to end their lives. It was said that the ghosts of these lost souls still roamed the forest, causing a chill to run down the spine of anyone who dared to venture too far in. One day, a group of 4 friends decided to explore Aokigahara. They had heard the rumors, but they were young and foolish, and they believed that nothing could harm them. They parked their car at the entrance of the forest and started their hike armed with only their backpacks and a few supplies. At first, everything seemed normal. The forest was beautiful, and they enjoyed the hike. But as they went deeper into the woods, the atmosphere changed. The air became colder, and the trees seemed to grow closer together, creating a feeling of claustrophobia. The group started to feel uneasy, but they pressed on, hoping to find a way out. As they walked, they heard whispers in the wind, and they saw shadows moving between the trees. The forest seemed to be alive, and it was watching them. As night began to fall, they realized that they were lost. They tried to retrace their steps, but everything looked the same. They huddled together, trying to keep warm, and they built a small fire to ward off the chill. Suddenly, they heard a sound that chilled them to the bone. It was the sound of someone crying coming from deep in the forest. They tried to ignore it, but the sound grew louder, and they couldn't help but follow it. They stumbled upon a clearing, and in the center of it was a figure hunched over, sobbing uncontrollably. They couldn't see the person's face, but they could tell that it was a woman. One of the group approached her, trying to offer comfort, but as he got closer, she turned around, and they saw her face. It was the face of a woman who had died many years ago. Her skin was pale, and her eyes were empty sockets. She reached out to the group, and they ran screaming back into the woods. As they ran, they heard laughter coming from all around them. The ghosts of the forest had been awakened, and they were not happy to have visitors. The group stumbled through the forest, tripping over roots and branches, trying to escape. Finally, they burst through the trees and found themselves back at the entrance of the forest. They ran to their car, but as they drove away, they looked back, and they saw the woman's face in the rearview mirror, still crying and reaching out for them. From that day on, they could never forget the horrors of Aokigahara. They knew that the forest was not a place to be taken lightly, and they would never venture back into its depths again.